protagonist and antagonist of Everest was Everest.
It's sort of part of all of our imaginations, whether we've ever even seen it or heard of it or been on it ourselves.
You've never felt volume and scale like that anywhere else on Earth. It's just so big.
实在很难想象登上世界最高峰是什么感觉。改编自真人实事的新片《圣母峰》直接。
The winds up there can be 100, 110 miles an hour. From the top of Everest right now, it's probably minus 40. So it's one of the harshest environments in the world.
Every single person who came out onto the mountain spent days before learning how to put ropes on and off and how to cramp on, and you know, there's a lot of technical work involved.
You know, everyone rocks up with their gear and they don't really know how to use it to begin with. Everyone had to learn and to deal with their gear, because your gear is what saves you up there, what looks after you. You know, John Hawkes was amazing. You know, he even knew what a crampon was. You know, but it's those types of things that get you focused and you find your character, and everybody was committed.
Timing!
There was a lot of preparation for this project, a lot of things to learn. Luckily, we were blessed with David Brashears and Guy Cotter and many other excellent climbers who kind of showed us the ropes, literally.
We did training for these actors to teach them how to climb and how to look good, and they did. And I think the way that they took these roles on really impressed me.
So the cast had two people who they got to know very well, who had been through the real experiences of what we were about to depict, but also ongoing mountaineering experience to help us cast get into it.
So because I'm going to have you move the camera for him, okay?
I have been so deeply affected and pleased by the level of commitment from the actors to bring authenticity and dignity and truthfulness to the characters and to the story.
Everybody footed themselves pretty well, though, considering most of us hadn't done anything like that before.
We were very safe, and we had all the, you know, Guy Cotter was there to protect us, and you know, and actually called a day once, and then an avalanche happened later in the day in the same place where we were filming.
不管演员多大咖，其实电影里这座山峰才是主角，是目标，更是反派。看他们拍摄时历尽艰辛，圣母峰一定要在大荧幕体验才够震撼。
And the difficulty is that these types of films and these types of shoots don't come around very often.
We were a team, you know, from day one. We bonded very quickly.
To be walking on set and passing by or being in the tent and putting our crampons or having lunch with them or interacting with them has been really, really wonderful.
In my own way, I got to watch these actors go through a trajectory of severe emotions.
Well, a lot of climbers still, you know this story so well and have an attachment to it. It's got everything. I mean, it really does have everything. There's great heroism, there's a lot of controversy, there's a lot of things that you just can't work out. It's part of the legend of that mountain and that sport. I really do, and you know, I think this film really deepens it and adds to it.
This film, to me, has more personality than any film I've ever done. Its own thing, like the mountain.
There is competition between every person in this mountain. The last word always belongs to the mountain.